Here's a paraphrased 1,500-word version of the text you provided, maintaining the essential meaning in tone while rephrasing and restructuring the information for clarity and cohesion. Was BTS's V injured during military service? Rumor or reality? The question, is it true that BTS's V was injured while serving in the military, has recently overwhelmed social media platforms, fan communities, and online forums. This wave of concern stemmed from unverified reports suggesting that a soldier had sustained a serious injury during an intense training session. As soon as the rumor surfaced, BTS member Kim Taehyung, also known as V, found himself at the center of speculation. Public anxiety surged when the South Korean military issued an official statement, not to confirm the identity of the injured soldier but to clarify the situation in vague terms. Ironically, instead of calming the public, this statement intensified curiosity and worry. The anonymous leak that sparked widespread concern. The initial wave of speculation started in the early morning hours, Korean time, when an anonymous account on social media claimed that a soldier from an elite military unit had been injured during a combat training simulation. While the post never mentioned any names, it included the initial V, which led fans and followers to connect the incident to Kim Taehyung. Given his fame and the timing of the post, the assumption spread rapidly. Shortly after, the South Korean National Military Training Command released a statement confirming that there had been a minor incident during a routine training exercise. The injured individual, according to the military, was receiving appropriate medical care and was in stable condition. However, the statement explicitly avoided revealing the soldier's identity, citing privacy and security reasons. While intended to be reassuring, this carefully worded message only fueled public speculation further. The absence of Taehyung and media silence. Adding to the confusion was Taehyung's noticeable absence from routine military media updates. These regular glimpses into training life often showcase various enlistees, including public figures. Over the past couple of days, however, there had been no mention or visual sighting of Taehyung, raising more questions. Could his absence mean he was the one involved? A prominent South Korean journalist with close ties to military insiders commented on a news program, saying, "We can't name individuals, but changes in internal communication and schedules suggest that someone from a special training unit, possibly a public figure, was involved in the incident." Though ambiguous, many interpreted this to mean that the injured person was a celebrity, once again pointing fingers at Taehyung. Jungkook's alleged emotional response. The situation escalated further when rumors emerged about fellow BTS member Jungkook's emotional reaction. An unnamed insider claimed that Jungkook had appeared withdrawn and somber in recent days and had postponed some of his activities. Though there is no official confirmation, many assumed that Jungkook had been privately informed about the alleged incident involving Taehyung. HYB, BTS's agency, has remained completely silent on the matter. Despite mounting public pressure, there has been no official comment either confirming or denying Taehyung's involvement. This silence has done little to stop the speculation, with many fans interpreting it as a sign that something serious might indeed be unfolding. The role of information protocols and fan reactions. It's important to understand that the South Korean military maintains strict protocols when it comes to disclosing information, particularly incidents involving public figures. For reasons of national security and personal privacy, names, conditions, and locations are typically withheld. While this approach protects the involved personnel, it also leaves room for speculation and misunderstanding. The global BTS ARMY community was quick to respond. Fans launched hashtags, collected information from various sources, and even organized online petitions directed at both HYB and the military. Some groups went as far as appealing to international human rights organizations, calling for better transparency and more humane public communication, especially when celebrities are involved. Major Korean media outlets like Yonhap and the Korea Herald have maintained journalistic caution, sticking to military-issued facts and avoiding speculation. However, international outlets, especially Western ones, have taken a different approach, boldly suggesting that the lack of transparency may indeed point toward V's involvement. No proof, just assumptions. As of now, there is no concrete evidence that Taehyung was the soldier involved in the incident. All current narratives linking him to the accident are based on vague connections, such as the use of the letter V in the initial anonymous report and his temporary absence from public training activities. These assumptions are not supported by any verified source or official statement. Still, when official communication is vague or absent, the public tends to fill in the gaps with its own interpretations. This cycle of speculation, while understandable, can lead to misinformation and unnecessary panic. Concerns over safety and transparency. This incident has also opened up a broader conversation about the safety of high-profile individuals in the military. While all conscripts are expected to undergo the same training, celebrities face added scrutiny, pressure, and risks. A defense analyst from John University noted, even though the training protocols are uniform, the fallout of an incident involving a public figure is far-reaching, impacting not just the individual but also the social, cultural, and even economic fabric. The public, already invested in BTS's members on an emotional and cultural level, expects transparency from both the military and the entertainment industry. When a figure as globally recognized as Taehyung is suspected of being involved in an accident, vague responses only heighten anxiety. Access to direct media coverage at military training bases is highly restricted. The lack of reliable information leaves the public dependent on unofficial sources and speculative reporting. For instance, one of the most widely shared pieces of content in recent days was a TikTok video allegedly showing an ambulance entering a military facility. Though completely unverified, it has already been viewed millions of times and used to support a narrative that may have no basis in reality. HYB's strategic silence. HYB's continued silence has led many to question the agency's crisis management strategy. Some interpret this lack of response as an effort to avoid escalating the situation, while others view it as a failure to reassure the public. Critics argue that if Taehyung was not involved, a clear denial would have sufficed to put the rumors to rest. The fact that neither the agency nor the military has definitively stated that he is not involved only adds to the mystery. Several major BTS fan organizations have even collaborated to amplify their demand for clear answers. They argue that while respecting privacy is important, fans deserve at least a general statement of reassurance when public anxiety reaches this level.